Hi, today is July 6th, 2012.
Garden update number 5.
Okay, here we go. Another update with the garden. Up here on the deck, July 6th. Here is the basil. Looking really good. Getting really bushy now, so that's nice. This is a Sweet 1000 tomato plant. Got a lot of little tomatoes on it and a lot of flowers, so it's doing pretty well. Here are a couple new tomato plants I put in just a couple weeks ago. They're doing really well already. They're Cherokee Purples. First time I've done them, and I've heard a lot of good things about them, so I'm looking forward to them. Here's a jalapeno pepper. Here is another Sweet 1000. Got some good clusters of tomatoes in them. And if anybody remembers, half the stalk broke, so I threw a Rutgers in here. Not getting too big, but figure just throw it in there, see what happens. Another jalapeno pepper over there. You see some peppers on there. Here is one of my heirloom green zebra tomatoes. Looking really good. A lot of tomatoes. Small, but looks like it's going to have a lot of fruit on it. I'm pinching these off so they don't really get any taller and can really start producing fruit. This is my dill. Getting really big and doing pretty well. I've been using it a lot for recipes and pickles and cucumber salad and stuff like that. Here's a lemon boy tomato. Got some decent size little tomatoes on it. Again, these were all a little later than the big garden tomatoes, so we're getting there. Here is another heirloom I got from a friend, Black Crimson. Got a good sized tomato on there, and gonna be a lot of smaller ones, but again a lot of tomatoes, a lot of flowers, so it's really looking good. In the front here, got a few scallions left, and that's the rest of my cilantro. So it's pretty much dead. Here I had radishes going pretty good, and it looks like something's got into them. Also the rosemary, it's not really getting much bigger. And here's some more dill. Another bucket of dill there, that's doing really well. And for the last one, this is a mortgage lifter tomato. Again, a lot of flowers, a lot of smaller tomatoes on it, but doing really well. But everything's looking real good. It's really hot here. It's in the mid to high 90s. Tomorrow's supposed to be possibly 100 degrees. So I'm watering these every other day, if not almost every day right now. So I'm going to go down to the big garden. Actually, here's Brendan with nice big zucchini. We picked like 6 zucchini. They got a little too big, actually. We picked 6. Gave a couple away already, but picked 6 yesterday. So we'll go out to the big garden. Big garden's really doing well. The last 2 weeks, since my last update, a lot of things are happening. Picking a lot of zucchini now and squash. I've been hand pollinating almost every morning for the last week and a half, and it's really helped. Here's some yellow squash that I got to pick. There's 1, 2, almost another third, 3 that are pretty much ready to pick. There's a couple more coming. So, but that's looking, they're doing pretty well. First here, these are hot banana peppers. Again, these are some of the later ones that I did. And this whole corner is the spaghetti squash. Now I had 2 original plants that are obviously doing pretty well. And then I threw 2 smaller ones in there. There's one and one hiding underneath there. But I've been hand pollinating these because these were dying off, and finally got some spaghetti squash starting here. So I got a couple more in here. There's another one. So I'm hoping for some luck here. I'm actually having a good start of the season with zucchini and squash, spaghetti squash finally. So Last couple of years been really bad with squash bugs. So this is probably the worst thing in my garden. I have these 2 Japanese cucumbers, all white. I mean, I picked a couple original. There's one that's ready to pick, but I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what happened to it, but kind of let it ride it out and see what happens. Looking here, these were white little finger eggplants, and besides these and these cucumbers, I have not seen any bugs or anything until I just saw that they look almost like snails just eating away at my leaves. So I don't think they're gonna go anywhere, these eggplants. And actually my other ones are looking pretty good, so I'm gonna let them have these. I don't know exactly what they are. They look like snails or slugs, whatever. But so I'll give them to hopefully stay away from my other ones. Here's the zucchini. Again, picked just six yesterday off these 2, and doing pretty good. But again, I've been hand pollinating all of my zucchini and squash, and it's really helped. So definitely recommend that if anybody's having trouble with them dying off. Here's my little finger eggplant, purple little finger eggplant, and this has got a whole bunch of them on there. These are going to have a lot of fruit. I've never had very good luck with eggplant either, but these are going pretty good for beginning in July, so I'm hoping to get a bunch from them. My broccoli, this one's ready to harvest this head, and I missed out on this one. It's already bolting, got flowers, so I'm going to try to pick it tonight, maybe salvage it. And I got some shoots, but broccoli's pretty much done. Going around here is my peppers. Again, everything's really doing well, but the peppers here are green juniper, and just a big cluster, decent size peppers. So we'll let them, they all have a lot of peppers on them. These are my sweet Cubanelle, these 4. Again, doing well. I have so many different varieties of peppers, I honestly forget which is which, but it really doesn't matter to me. I pretty much mix them together and pickle them and fry them up. So some are hot, some are sweet. Not a big deal. Then these are purple bell peppers. These are doing really well. Got a couple decent ones on there. Here is a real nice one. That one's ready to pick. That's a big pepper. Coming over here, that one's not bad. Here's another pretty big one, ready to pick. Here is, again, I think these are the sweeter hot banana peppers. Again, they're all doing really well. They're gonna have a ton of fruit on them. So let them just go, change colors, and eventually pick them. Here's a yellow bell. Again, good size. That's a big cluster of them. Again, still some small ones, but again here, these are another set of hot banana peppers, I believe. So, doing well. Here is my kale, just going nuts. Been harvesting this every other day, making kale chips, putting them in the salad. I think I'm just going to try cook some and see how it is, but doing really well. Some tomato plants. These are my celebrities. As you can see, just tons of flowers and tons of small tomatoes. A lot of golf ball sized tomatoes. Staking them with the cages. This is probably my biggest set of tomatoes here. 2 really big, bigger than a hard ball. Give you an idea of how big they are. But just clusters of tomatoes all over. So I'm going to be loaded another few weeks. This is another one, just clusters of them. Lots of tomatoes. So which is good. I have a lot of friends that like tomatoes. So this is another zucchini I put in. I'm really glad I did, because this one's really producing as well. It's one I can pick now, and I got a lot of ones starting. But again, I've been coming out here almost every morning, pollinating them real quick, and I'm so glad I have done that. So here are Viva Italia aroma style tomato, 4 of them here. Again, just loaded down clusters. Got cluster and cluster there, just lots of tomatoes, all looking pretty good. I've been picking pretty much everything besides, obviously, I'm waiting for the first ripe tomatoes. Zucchini, squash, cucumbers, had some peppers, so I'm really looking forward to tomatoes. Here are 4 brandywines. Again, got some really nice tomatoes on here too. It's a big one down there. A lot of golf ball size and a little bigger. But again, just tons of flowers on them and good sized clusters at the bottom. Peek around here. Again, these 4 are brandywine. These are the first time I actually did brandywine, and I've heard nothing but good about them, so I'm really looking forward to tasting those. And then these 3 here are Lemon Boy. I did these last year. These were really good as well. Again, loaded with fruit. So again, doing really well. This is a transplant I took from up in the deck. This is a red pepper. Not doing great. I didn't know if it would take or not, and actually he's not doing great, so we'll see. Definitely got enough peppers, so not too worried about it. Here is my 1 cucumber wall, doing really well, picking a lot of cucumbers. This first pile here is 1 lemon cucumber plant, which I can see is just got some small ones, but I have not picked any yet of this, and I'm looking forward to trying them. One of the seeds that Bobby MPH Gardener sent me, and I never tried them, and I'm looking forward to them. These are just burpless cucumbers. I've been picking a lot of them, making pickles, and they're doing really well. I got a lot started here, so an idea. They're all through there. There's a lot around, a lot hanging. So we're gonna make some more salads and pickles. Here are 2 pepper plants. One is a hot Korean, and this is one that, again, can't remember what it was. So we'll see how it goes. It looks like I don't know if it's a hot cayenne or whatnot. We'll see. Here is, these 3 are also peppers that I added late. They are habanero. First time I've done them, so they're a little behind, but they're doing pretty well. Some weeds out here. These are another green pepper. I think these are just green Jupiter. A lot of little peppers on them. A lot of flowers. So these are just full clusters. These 2 are 2 more jalapeno. Again, big plants. Gonna be a lot of fruit. And these are one I tried this year, hot Portugal. And these look like they're gonna be doing real well as well. Gonna be just a ton of peppers on these. And then this is actually I think another Jupiter. They got mixed up, but just loaded with them. So first time I've done them. We'll see how they go. Here's my onions. Last update, it was full of weeds, and I weeded them all out, and of course growing again. That's one reason I like this weed block, and I usually put straw around them, but the onions is a little tough just because how close they were together, and of course the weeds get crazy. Here's a more cucumber patch. These first are bush crop. Again, picking some. These are a little sporadic. That back row is doing the best by far, but as you can see, I could probably pick 20 cucumbers today at least, especially when they get over to the pickling ones. But looking good. It's another nice one. These are doing pretty well. Here's another late green zucchini I threw in here. Again, knock on wood, but no sign of any kind of squash bugs or anything. I still can't believe it. So hopefully I'll be okay. This whole row is pickling cucumbers. They're not doing great. A lot of pickles. I mean, a lot of cucumbers to pick. And they see that if I don't come down here every day, in 2 days, they just get too big, and as you can see, they're just, they get a little beyond too fat, and these you literally got to come down almost every day and pick. I'll come down, so I'm going to pick all these tonight, make some salad and some pickles. But again, the plants aren't looking real healthy here. So tomorrow my project is I'm going to make my first batch of compost tea. There's like 4 right there. Again, producing a lot of them. But I'm going to make compost tea tomorrow from my compost I made, and I hear nothing but good about it, so see how it goes. Here's my first row of beans. We got some beans on here. Again, only about half the row came up, so it's not going to be too many beans, but as you can see, all my lettuce bolted just these last couple of days of the heat. So I'm going to rip all that out and clean that up, and maybe put a couple more rows of beans in. So you can see this big tree that's in my garden. That's a volunteer sunflower seed. It's not an ideal place for it, but the boys actually don't want to pull it out and see how big it gets. So we'll let it go, see how it goes. They're enjoying it. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Again, I gotta get some water on these. They're so dry and hot that we literally gotta water every couple days right now. So, but again, give you a good idea of the garden. Got everything looking really good. Another couple weeks, I'm just gonna be loaded with peppers and tomatoes. So again, any advice or comments are always welcome and appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the update, and I'll probably do another one in about 2 weeks. And thanks a lot. See you soon.